Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect time will never come. The grind starts now. You've been telling yourself that you'll start when things feel right, when the timing is perfect, when you have more energy, when life finally settles down. But that day never arrives because perfection is an illusion. It's the excuse you keep feeding yourself to stay comfortable, to stay safe, to stay the same. The truth is, if you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're already losing time. The clock doesn't care about your plans. The world doesn't wait for your motivation. The ones who make it are the ones who start, even when everything feels wrong, even when the odds aren't in their favor, even when no one believes in them. The grind doesn't start when it's easy. It starts when you push through resistance. Every morning that you wake up and think, not today, that's the exact moment you need to move. Because that's the test. That's the battle between the version of you that wants to grow and the one that wants to stay comfortable. The difference between winners and the rest isn't talent, luck, or timing. It's the refusal to wait. It's the decision to act right now. It's doing the work before you feel ready, before you feel confident, before you feel motivated. You don't get stronger by waiting for conditions to be perfect. You get stronger by doing the work in imperfect conditions. The gym is never empty enough. The weather is never just right. Your schedule is never completely free. There's always something standing in your way, always a reason to delay. But you have to stop giving power to excuses. You have to move when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when it's uncomfortable. That's how you build real discipline. Discipline is the weapon that kills hesitation. It's the force that silences that voice in your head that says, not yet. Every second you wait, you lose momentum. Every time you delay, you lose an opportunity to become who you're meant to be. Waiting doesn't make things easier. It makes you weaker. Because hesitation grows roots. It buries you deeper in your comfort zone. It tricks you into believing that preparation is progress when all you're doing is stalling. You don't need another plan. You don't need another pep talk. You don't need another sign from the universe. You just need to start. The ones who win in life don't wait until they're ready. They act and figure it out along the way. They know that failure is feedback, not defeat. They know that showing up imperfectly still beats not showing up at all. Every rep, every early morning, every uncomfortable step forward compounds over time. The grind doesn't reward those who wait. It rewards those who endure. You don't learn resilience by sitting still. You don't discover your limits by thinking about them. You find them by pushing until you break them. People love to talk about potential, but potential means nothing without execution. The world doesn't care what you could do. It only sees what you do. Every dream dies in the gap between someday and today. So stop waiting for everything to line up. Start creating momentum with what you have, where you are, right now. Because movement creates clarity. Action creates energy. The grind doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be a moment where you feel fully ready. Life will always throw chaos in your path. But in that chaos is your opportunity. That's where strength is forged. That's where you separate yourself from the crowd. While everyone else is waiting, you're working. While everyone else is hesitating, you're building. While everyone else is talking about it, you're doing it. The grind starts the moment you stop making excuses and start making moves. Pain is the price of progress. Growth demands suffering. Discomfort is your new normal. You can't build strength without struggle, and you can't evolve without pain. The truth that most people run from is that success doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It's born from the days when you're tired, broken, and ready to quit, but keep pushing anyway. Pain is not the enemy. It's the teacher. It's the silent coach that shows up every single day to test how much you really want it. Most people tap out the moment pain shows up. They think the struggle means something is wrong, but in reality, the struggle is the sign you're on the right path. Pain strips away weakness. It burns off excuses. It forces you to face who you really are when the spotlight fades and nobody's watching. When you're sore, exhausted, frustrated, and questioning why you started, that's where transformation begins. You don't grow when you're comfortable. You grow when you're tested, when you're broken, when you're stretched beyond what you thought you could endure. That's where the real you starts to surface. Every ache, every setback, every sleepless night is shaping something inside you that comfort never could. People want to level up without paying the price. They want the results without the grind, the glory without the scars. But you can't cheat the process. The process demands pain. You've got to earn your peace through chaos, your strength through suffering. Growth hurts because it's breaking down the old version of you, the one that settles, the one that quits, the one that avoids hard things. Pain is the fire that melts away the parts of you that don't belong anymore. It exposes your weaknesses, your fears, and your lies. It's harsh, but it's honest. It doesn't care about your comfort zone, only your evolution. You have to make discomfort your new home. You have to get used to doing what most people refuse to do. Waking up early, staying late, grinding through fatigue, and facing your limits head on. When your mind starts screaming to stop, that's when you keep going. That's when progress begins. You've got to train yourself to love the pain, to crave the discomfort, because that's the territory of the relentless. That's where the winners live, in the space where it hurts the most, but they keep moving anyway. Pain teaches you humility. It reminds you that you're not entitled to success, that every inch of progress must be earned. It doesn't care how talented you are, how smart you think you are, or what you've done before. It demands your effort right now. Pain is the toll you pay to cross from average to extraordinary. It separates the committed from the casual, the obsessed from the interested. It's not about surviving the pain. It's about using it. Let it mold you. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it remind you that you're still alive, still fighting, still capable of more. Every great story of success is written in sweat, tears, and sacrifice. Behind every champion is a mountain of pain that nobody saw. You don't see the sleepless nights, the early mornings, the lonely hours grinding when everyone else was resting. You only see the glory, but the glory was born in the suffering. You can't hide from pain. You must embrace it. You must look it in the eyes and say, I'm still here. Because pain is proof that you're working, that you're alive, that you're growing. It's not there to destroy you. It's there to prepare you. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Comfort is the trap that keeps you ordinary. Pain is the path that leads to transformation. You have to stop running from it and start running through it. Every rep that burns, every failure that stings, every rejection that cuts deep, those are not setbacks. They're shaping you into something unbreakable. Discomfort is your new normal because you're not chasing easy anymore. You're chasing evolution. You're chasing the person you were meant to become. Discipline over excuses. Motivation fades, but discipline will drag you forward when nothing else will. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are fragile. They come and go like the weather. One day you wake up ready to take on the world, and the next, you can't even drag yourself out of bed. That's why discipline matters more than motivation. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask for permission. It just gets the job done. It's the force that pushes you when your energy is gone, when your mind says no, when your body wants to quit. Discipline doesn't need hype, applause, or inspiration. It only needs consistency and commitment. You can't build anything great on feelings. If you rely on motivation, you'll never last. Because motivation is loud when things are new, but it disappears when things get hard. Discipline, on the other hand, shows up no matter what. Discipline is the soldier that fights when the battlefield is empty. It's the voice that says go when every part of you says stop. The strongest people aren't the most motivated. They're the most disciplined. They've trained their minds to move, regardless of emotion. When they're tired, they move. When they're uninspired, they move. When nobody's watching, they move. That's why they win. Excuses are the enemy of discipline. Every excuse sounds like a reason, but it's really a lie that keeps you trapped where you are. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. These phrases have destroyed more dreams than failure ever will. The truth is, you'll never feel perfectly ready. You'll never have the ideal circumstances. You'll always be tired, busy, distracted. Discipline means showing up anyway. It means building momentum when everything inside you screams to stop. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to do it. The action itself creates the energy you think you're missing. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not the highlight reel people post online. It's the lonely hours when no one's around. It's waking up before the sun, grinding when everyone else is sleeping, putting in the work when the results aren't showing yet. Discipline is repetition without recognition. It's consistency without reward. It's sacrifice without applause. But those moments, the ones nobody sees, are the ones that change you. They're the bricks that build greatness. Because discipline builds character, and character builds legacy. When you live by discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You stop letting your emotions make decisions for you. You stop waiting for motivation to knock on your door. You move because it's required, not because it's easy. You train yourself to act on command. That's how you become unstoppable, when doing hard things becomes your default, not your exception. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from the chaos of procrastination, from the anxiety of unfinished goals, from the guilt of wasted time. The disciplined mind doesn't wait for the perfect mood. It creates progress in any condition. The difference between people who succeed and those who fail isn't talent or opportunity. It's the small, consistent choices made daily. It's the person who shows up when they don't feel like it that ends up winning. Discipline builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. When you stack enough disciplined days together, you create habits that make success inevitable. You stop fighting yourself. You stop depending on short bursts of energy. You start operating with purpose. You have to understand that discipline isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's the foundation of every great achievement. Every athlete, every leader, every entrepreneur who made it to the top did so because they mastered discipline. They learned to act without emotion, to move without motivation, to execute without excuses. The more disciplined you become, the less you need motivation at all, because discipline gives you control over your mind, your time, your actions, and ultimately, your life. When discipline becomes who you are, nothing can stop you. Pain doesn't stop you. Doubt doesn't stop you. Fatigue doesn't stop you. Because you no longer move based on how you feel. You move based on what needs to be done. You've trained your mind to follow through no matter the circumstances. Discipline is the quiet power behind every victory, the unseen force that drags you forward when everything else has failed. Be your own accountability partner. No one's coming to save you. It's on you to get it done. Too many people sit around waiting for someone else to push them, motivate them, or hold them accountable. They wait for support, for recognition, for approval, for someone to check in and make sure they're staying on track. But the truth is, no one is coming. Nobody's going to do the work for you. Nobody's going to care about your goals the way you should. You can't rely on anyone to build your discipline, your consistency, or your fire. That's your job. That's your responsibility. That's your mission. You've got to stop depending on external validation. Stop waiting for someone to remind you to chase your dream. Stop expecting people to hold your hand through your grind. The world doesn't owe you motivation. The world doesn't owe you accountability. You owe it to yourself. If you want something, you have to hold yourself to a standard that doesn't bend, that doesn't break when it gets hard. You've got to be the one who demands more from yourself every single day, because if you don't, nobody will. It's easy to talk about goals when you're surrounded by people who clap for you. It's easy to make promises when life feels good. But when it's just you, no crowd, no support, no motivation, that's when your real character is revealed. That's when you find out how bad you want it. Being your own accountability partner means setting the bar high and refusing to lower it, no matter how tired you get. It means waking up and saying, if I don't push myself today, nobody's going to do it for me. It's understanding that your future depends entirely on the choices you make when no one's watching. Most people crumble without supervision. They need someone breathing down their neck just to move. But that's not strength. Real strength is when you can hold yourself accountable, even in silence. When you can call yourself out when you're slacking. When you can admit that your lack of progress isn't because of circumstances, but because of choices. You've got to be honest with yourself. Brutally honest. If you're not where you want to be, it's not because life is unfair. It's because you haven't done enough. You've got to stop blaming your situation, your environment, or your past. You've got to take full ownership. Accountability means facing the mirror every day and asking, did I give my best? It means tracking your actions, not your intentions. You can't build discipline through comfort. You build it through self-respect. When you respect yourself enough to follow through on your word, that's when you start to change. The hardest part is being consistent when nobody's holding you accountable but you. But that's also where greatness is born. Because if you can push yourself without external pressure, then you become unstoppable under any condition. No one can walk this path for you. No one can suffer through your challenges. No one can build your dream but you. You have to take ownership of your process. If you skip a step, if you make an excuse, if you fail to execute, that's on you. You can't hide from your reflection. You can't fake effort when it's time to face yourself. Being your own accountability partner means checking yourself daily, questioning your habits, your choices, your attitude. It means refusing to tolerate mediocrity in your own life. There's power in personal accountability. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. It's about saying, I didn't do enough yesterday, so I'll do more today. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard because you know you're capable of more. You have to become your own coach, your own critic, your own motivator. You've got to push yourself to do the hard things even when no one's watching. The ones who win are the ones who stop waiting for help and learn to rely on their own fire. No one's coming to fix your life. No one's coming to make you disciplined. No one's going to drag you to success. You have to look in the mirror and understand that it's all on you. Every decision, every step, every ounce of effort. You either hold yourself accountable or you watch your potential slip away piece by piece. You can't depend on the world to remind you who you are. You have to remind yourself every day through your actions that you are responsible for your own rise. Earn your confidence daily. Confidence isn't spoken, it's built in the darkness when no one's watching. Confidence isn't something you can fake, and it isn't something you can buy. It's not found in words or affirmations or motivational quotes. Real confidence is earned through effort, through discipline, through doing the hard things that most people avoid. It's not about standing tall when the lights are on. It's about refusing to fall when no one sees the struggle. You can't talk yourself into confidence. You build it through repetition, through pain, through consistency. Every day you wake up and put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, you're earning another piece of that confidence. The truth is, confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the calm belief that you can handle whatever comes your way because you've prepared for it. It's knowing you've already been tested in silence. It's built in the early mornings when you're grinding alone, in the late nights when you're studying, sweating, pushing and failing, but refusing to quit. That's where real confidence is formed, in the trenches, in the unseen effort. It doesn't come from hype or validation. It comes from the moments when you could have quit, but didn't. Every rep, every hour of focus, every decision to show up when no one expects you to is a deposit into your confidence bank. Most people want confidence, but they don't want to earn it. They want to feel powerful without putting in the work that creates power. They want the results without the repetition, the glory without the grind. But you can't trick yourself into belief. You can't fake what you haven't built. Confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. When you say you're going to do something and then actually do it, that's when you start to trust yourself. And trust is the foundation of confidence. You can't walk tall in life if you know deep down that you've been cutting corners. Every time you skip the work, every time you give up early, you chip away at that trust. You build doubt. You create insecurity. The only cure for that is action. Confidence isn't found in outcomes. It's found in effort. It's built one day at a time, one choice at a time. You earn it every time you choose discipline over comfort. Every time you show up to train when it's raining, when you're exhausted, when no one else shows up. That's confidence in the making. You're proving to yourself that you can depend on you. That's a power no one can take away. Because when you've put in the work, you don't need validation. You don't need anyone to tell you you're good enough. You know it. You've earned it. Confidence doesn't scream. It doesn't brag. It doesn't need to. It's the quiet strength of someone who's done the work when nobody was looking. It's the calm before the storm, the control in chaos, the steadiness under pressure. It's walking into any situation and knowing that you're ready because you've already faced worse. That kind of confidence can't be given to you. It's forced through repetition, struggle, and relentless self-discipline. When you earn your confidence daily, you stop looking outward for approval. You stop chasing praise. You stop depending on others to make you feel capable. Because you know the truth. No one can give you confidence, and no one can take it from you. It's built in the solitude of hard work, in the silence of sacrifice. It's built when you're not sure you can keep going, but keep going anyway. Every challenge you overcome becomes another layer of belief. Every failure you rise from adds another brick to your foundation. You can't talk yourself into greatness. You have to work yourself into it. Real confidence comes from evidence. Evidence of effort, evidence of sacrifice, evidence of consistency. It's not something that appears overnight. It's a process that never ends. Every single day, you have to show up and earn it again, because confidence fades when effort stops. It's a living thing that demands maintenance through action. The moment you stop putting in the work is the moment doubt creeps back in. So you build it again and again, every day, through the grind, through the pain, through the repetition that nobody sees. That's where confidence lives. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows, where you prove to yourself over and over that you can depend on your own strength.